We got time.
Okay, so in 2008, October 20th, so it's coming up on Sunday, October 20th, 2008, I was in a tragic car accident, and which ended in the passing away of my boys. My son died on the spot, and my little brother, who I had custody of, he died at the hospital. Um, October 20th was a funny day. I woke up late, but I was in a rush because my son had pictures that day. So I woke up late, but I woke up on time to get everybody ready so we could leave on time. And it's so funny when I think about that. Like, God, I woke up late, but right on time for where I needed to be. And I know it might sound crazy to people. Why do you think you was on time for that? Like, you know what I mean? So I got the kids ready. And it was kind of different. We raced down to the car. So we raced down to the car, and they got in the car out of order from the Chinaman in the middle. But they got in the car and made it down the Anthony Wayne Trail. And on the way down the Anthony Wayne Trail, we were just chatting about calling my friend. And the woman, I remember it too. That's what's so crazy is that I remember the accident real vivid. The woman, she was coming across the median. I could see her, and it scared me so much that it made me try to press the brake. I pressed the brake so hard that I popped my ankle off. I pressed the brake, but it didn't help. She still hit me. Went airbound. We got hit by like 6, 7 cars. We flipped a couple times. We end up in the grass. Like I said, my son, they told me that he passed on the spot. But me, from the car accident, I guess I had split my pelvis in half. So my guts was like hanging out. So my guts was out. I broke everything in my body. I broke my jaw. My eyelids was ripped off. I shattered my left elbow. I broke all my fingers. All my toes was broke. Like I said, I hit the brake so hard that I popped my ankle off. And from me popping my ankle off, I still don't even have a joint. So don't you know how you rub a stick? So my ankle looked like somebody literally just took it and rubbed it because I don't have a joint. Gas in my head, punctured my lung, my intestines and my liver got cut by glass in the car. I was just through. I mean, I contorted my femur, so it was here. I literally broke everything except my right hand, everything. Um, well, I couldn't feel none of that. Shock is something. So in shock, I'm talking to the man, the fireman who came first, and
So you were still alert.
I was still alert. Yeah. And even in the accident, I was alert. Like when she hit me and we went airbound, I remember turning to the kids and saying no, but I remember that we had to be airbound because their bodies was out their seat like this. They was up. So I remember that. I remember the fireman, him asking me questions and me just telling them the kid's name and their date of birth and their social security number, and I'm saying, take care of them, take care of them. It all felt like so quick, you know what I mean? So in the nick of the time, next thing you know, I remember him telling me that they all right and them asking me allergies or something like that. But the kids is all right. We taking care of them. And I must have went unconscious after that because next thing you know, I was talking to God.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I was unconscious for like, I don't know, like a month, month and a half. I don't know. I was unconscious for a while. During my time being unconscious, I talked to God every day, and I'm telling you, I was unconscious for that long, but it literally felt like a day. It literally felt like a day. So I talked to God every day. He told me what they was doing. He told me I was in a car accident. He told me that they was doing surgery on me. Every day he talked to me. Every day I talked to God. But I kept asking God, I want to see. I'm telling God, well, take me to see the kids. You just showed me my body. They working on my body. Take me to see the kids. And he would kind of like, I can't say that he would ignore me, but he would just like brush it off. Like, we ain't talk about that right now.
Wow.
And so, right before I woke up, I remember God laid me down. He said that he wanted to talk to me. I'm like, okay. And when I went to talk to God, laid me down on my stomach and he put like 2 angels. Like, I don't know how I would describe a spirit, but there was colors and it if you describe a spirit, it would look like a spirit, like 2 like that. And one was yellow and was blue, and so together they made green. And that's when God told me that took the boy out of you. It was me, and then I was up.
Now it's interesting because while you were going through that, I remember the family was just like, we were all just praying and hoping that you would come out. One minute we'll hear like the doctor saying, okay, wait, we gotta shoot through, and next minute we'll hear, okay, wait, okay, they got a pulse, or she's getting better. And I just remember just going and praying. That's all I could do. You know what I'm saying? I remember them saying, okay, we only can have so many people in the room, because everybody was just nervous. So while we're on the outside being nervous about what's happening, you're having this experience.
I'm chilling with God, chilling.
Right. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And we're on the other side, just kind of like, oh my God, Lord, please help her. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But we're also on the other side trying to figure out, once you came to, how we were going to talk to you about the boys. Because by the time you came, we had already had the funeral.
Yep, everything. I had missed all of that. And so it's so funny because I guess the doctors had told everybody, don't tell her that the boys, because she had died. She already was done. Because the doctors told me, they said, for 3 days, we just let you lay there with your guts out, thinking you was going to die. But for some reason, you didn't die. So we thought, what the heck? Let's fix something. So they started putting me back together like a puzzle. So the doctors told them, don't tell her. And so I had to tell them. I was on a trach. I forgot to say that. I was on a trach. I had a G tube in my stomach. When I say I was through, I'm talking about organs, swole, G tube in my stomach, on the trach, on the ventilator. I had external fixtures everywhere when I woke up. It was just, I was a mess. And so when I woke up, I kept coming here and there, so I would wake up and see people, just a whole bunch of people. I was like, God, not they too many people, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And so I go back to sleep. And so finally, when I came to, I was like, no, it's time. You gotta stay up. And so I asked them to go get my friend Tisha, because I needed something familiar, because it was so many people, and my life was closed off. It was just me, my kids, and Tisha. So I wasn't used to all of this, all of these people. So I asked somebody to go get Tisha. I had to write it down with the tray, because I told you the only thing I had was this. And when Tisha came in, I told her. She stood there, and I wrote down, God told me, I know. She bust out with it. And I told her, I know. And then she just...
So you and your daughter survived, right?
Me and my daughter.
You and your daughter survived, and then you lost your son and your brother.
My brother, yep. I was taking the kids to school. I had custody of my younger brother, so I raised him like my son. My son and my daughter, and me and my daughter survived, and the boys.
Okay. The fact that, now me being a counselor, I know a lot of people who have experienced traumatic events, when they're able to like see, vividly remember, what they went through, that's the thing that keeps them stuck, where they don't want to move forward. But the fact that you actually remember, and I mean, each thing.
Listen, my story, truly, for the glory of God, I want to say this is my first time ever telling my story for real. A girl, she invited me to talk about loss, but it was about people having miscarriages and stuff like that, and having pregnancies and losing the baby. And so I really didn't feel like I fit in. I'm like, they all sad, and I don't really know what to say, and I don't really know I can't find my space here, you know what I mean? And so I went, and I didn't really tell my story. And so Kenny was like, well, why you ain't saying that? I'm like, I don't know, I just told him what happened. It was good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really know. And so when I got home, God was like, woe unto you. I said, what? God, what did I do wrong? And he said, woe unto you. He said, let me tell you about what Jesus went through. When they told him that Lazarus was dying, he said, Jesus, ooh, that was his friend. I'm talking about Lazarus was his friend. He was so hurt. He was so broken. He was tore up inside. Had to wait. He couldn't go. And he said, why did Jesus have to wait? And I'm like, I don't know. He like, read it. You would keep your story. Story is to reflect my glory. Your story is to let them see how good I am, how faithful I am, how loving I am. You know what I mean?
Right.
How strong I am. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
thank you for sharing that too, because a lot of times people think, what we go through is just for us, right? They think, first of all, they may still be ashamed of what they've been through, right? And I love how you talk a lot about God, like your relationship with God. Is that the source? Like, where are you getting? Because you like
he is my source. Listen, he is my source. You hear me? And that's it. But that's how I was. I didn't tell my story. I never even talked about it. People probably been knowing me for 8 years and don't know that I was in a car accident. They might see a scar and I'll be like, oh, I was in a car accident, and not say nothing. They don't know that I had loss of children. They don't know that I was handicapped. They don't know none of that. And I didn't keep my story because it was private. I kept my story because I don't want to be one of the people talking about, oh, I had this and this happened to me. So I just kept it like, God, I want people to see joy in me. I want people to see life in me. And I didn't know that telling my story connected that joy, connected that life. Yes. Because now, if they knew me for 8 years and all they know I was happy, then if they hear my story, they say, well, God be the glory. How can you smile? How can you?
Woo!
You know what I mean?
Girl, you about to have me shouting up in here. Girl, look, now I be trying to be conservative. Now, you can't talk to God, God too much. And listen, let me, I'm just saying, she about to have me go in.
And that's it. That's it. That's God. And then when I woke up from being unconscious, I got the news that I was handicapped. Like, I was handicapped. The doctors told me that you probably ain't gonna walk again. And if you do walk, you're gonna walk from, did y'all see me walking here? If you do walk, you're gonna walk from wheelchair to bed. You're gonna walk from wheelchair to toilet. He said, but you ain't gonna walk again. My hand was contorted, like my hand was like this. He said, that's it. He said that your hand is atrophy. And so whatever the muscles did, they gonna be like that. They told me that my life was never gonna be the same, that it was over. So I woke up like, thank God.
Yeah. I just want to say to those of you in the audience, as well as those of you who are watching on Facebook, YouTube, listen, I don't know what you're going through right now, but I need you to know that you can make it.
You can make it.
Quavonne is on here not giving herself glory, but letting you know. She's sharing her story so you can know that no matter where you are, you can get through it and you can come on top, like literally be standing on top of your situation. I mean, seriously.
On top. And the truth is, you want to know the nitty gritty. The truth is, I had some days. Listen, I had days that people would, first I had to rebuke people. People come in and say the enemy, and I say, hold on, God in control of my life. I had to write it down because I can't talk. I'm handicapped. You know, I had to write down, God, get out of here. Because it say the only sin that can't be forgiven is blasphemy against the Holy Ghost. So you can't come in here and call God the devil. You can't, because if God is in control of my life, only God could set this up. Only God knew how to wake me up right on time. And then the truth is, God had prepared me. So my story is so different because God had prepared me. 2 weeks before the accident even happened, this one day, Chinaman decided he wanted to get his hair cut.
Now, Chinaman is your son?
My son,
okay.
Yeah. So my son, Chinaman, he decided he wanted to get his hair cut. And so he had dreadlocks. So I'm like, no, boy, I spent too much time for them to be looking beautiful. You better go, right? And so he like, I want a haircut. So I tell him I got to pray about it. And soon as I go pray about it, God said, let him get a haircut. I'm like, God, take a day or something. You know what I'm saying? Relax a bit. You want it, right? And so I call the barber. I say, I'm about to come get a haircut. So I take him and my little brother to get a haircut. And while the barber went downstairs, God told me, he said, barber come up, he's gonna charge you $10 a piece. He said, but I want you to pay him $20 a piece for the kids because he, you know what I'm saying? Barber come up and I say, how much? He say 10 each. So I say, no, I'm just okay. So then I'm like, who was you talking to? I'm looking for my gift. So I'm like, who was you talking to? And so he like, I was downstairs talking to this girl. She wanted me to go to church. So I'm like, okay, the service tonight, my gift. So I say, well, what church? And then he named the church. I said I would never go back to. And I'm like, oh, God, you want that? For real. Because that's God be playing games. So anyway, I'm like, okay, God, I'm going to the service. So I go to the service. It was a Wednesday night. I go to the service. And I didn't even get to stay for service. He said one scripture. God was talking to me. And so I had to get out because my worship is disruptive worship. Listen, when God gets to talking, my worship's so disruptive, you can't even get nowhere. I'm like, God, they just started Bible study. I got to go. And so I was so touched by the scripture he said. And I was like, God. And I was just worshiping God. So by the time I got to the car, I was just telling God, God, I worship you. But you're so good. And I was telling God, on this ordinary day, you would bless me like this with your word. Anyway, when I got home, I was still worshiping. Don't ask me how I got home. Holy Spirit got us home. But when I got home, I went, I fell down on my floor, and I was still worshiping. God, you so good. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. God said, what? In the midst of my worship, and God said, and what? 2 weeks before the accident. Now, 2 months before that, God says to me, I get one of them little Gerber life insurance things. Everybody get them. God says to me, I get it. It come in the mail. God say, put life insurance on your kids. I told God, you so crazy. I'm going to die before them. God said, just like that. Just like that. 2 months. So then one day, my little raggedy car, God said, you know what you should do? Put full coverage on the car. I said, God, this raggedy thing, what I'm going to do? I mean, when I say God prepared me 2 years before, God said, these next 2 years, I want you to live like you broke. I want you to live like you broke and put everything in the bank. If I wouldn't have did that, I was in a nursing home. How was I going to pay my bills? You know what I mean? Like, when I say God prepared me 1 week before the accident, I came home from taking the kids to school, and I laid back on the bed just to relax, and God said, and I said that now, your numbers are. I got 2 of my own and my little brother. How can I have one? Talk to me. You need to be listening. You need to be listening. Wow. When I say God prepare me, when people tell you that God won't keep a good thing from his friend, God prepare me every step of the way. Every step of the way. So when I get here, I'd already been building me. Before the accident, he had me on 2 40-day fasts, back to back. I was skinny, looking like a fiend. But God said, if I didn't heal your body, because we don't know that fasting starts to heal your organs. If I didn't heal your body, 2 40-day fasts with nothing but water back, you wouldn't have been prepared. Wow. You would have died because your body couldn't have took it. When I say that God is so good, like, He good. He good. So when I wake up, God's so funny. He's talking right now. Okay. I'm gonna tell him. I like, don't forget to tell him, right? Right. So when I wake up, the first thing God says to me when I open up my eyes, he says, live. After he just told me, he tells me, and he reminded me, when I was little, I had a rough life. My auntie, she's so sweet, came to Toledo from Las Vegas, and she thought they was treated. I'm taking you back with me. And she took me to Las Vegas with her. I lived in Las Vegas with her. My auntie, she's little, you know. and so one day she was drunk, and she said to me, I'm a little girl. I had to be like 8 or something. When I say God prepares you for whatever he gonna take you through, don't let nobody believe that God ain't. Sometimes we tell ourselves, God, I wasn't ready. God say, no, I know you was ready, baby, because I equipped you with everything you need. Everything you need. So I was 8, this little bitty girl. She called me and she drunk as a skunk. She said, Quavonne. I said, yeah. She said, if I die, what will you do? I'm 8. I said, I don't know. I'm about to cry. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to cry, right? And then she said, leave. He said, anybody. You gonna live. Wow. I was 8. Wow. So when I wake up from being unconscious and God just said, your baby's gone, and he said, Amber, you gone. Live. Wow. I said, Jesus. So now I'm just laying here. Handicapped, can't move, can't scream, can't jump. I can't be like, I don't got none of that in me because I got to pray. Right. So I'm laying there. Listen, I'm laying there, and when I wake up, it was something. I was like, live. And one time I woke up one of the days and somebody was reading Job, and I had to kind of like, shut up. I don't want to hear Job, you know, because Job was saying, though you slay me. And my belief was, all things work together for my good. So you ain't slaying me. You're refining me. Yes, so when they start saying, though you slay, I said, shut up, because Job ain't what I need right now. Because I don't need no pity party on what God put me through. I need to remember who God is. Remember how he is good. Remember he refines me. He don't slay me. He don't slay me. He built me. He developed me. So sometimes I had to be like, not you. Out of here. You know, get out of here. Get out of here. But that was it. And then when I woke up, I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and I was strong. Listen, it was horrible. I'm up here jumping and laughing. It was horrible. I was in so much pain. I never felt pain like that in my life. Some days they would make me like shift me and turn me. It hurt me so bad. They would put me in one of them little hover things. I don't know. They would put me in an airplane thing, slide something up under me and lift me in the thing and make me sit in a chair. It was agonizing. I'm talking about sitting up in that chair was agonizing. Listen, they would come clean the trach and out. That's inappropriate for the show. But they would clean the trach and they would stick that thing down my throat. And I'm just like, I mean, it was horrible. On top of the pain, on top of the doctors, it was horrible. But God said live, so I lived. So a couple of weeks, they told me, "You strong. You ain't in critical condition no more. So we got to get you out of here." So I had to go to a nursing because I had a GT, I had a trach in my throat. I had external fixes everywhere. I was non-weight bearing. Everything was broke. I couldn't do anything for myself. I had to go to a nursing facility. So I ended up at a nursing facility, and I always still listen. That's when it began. That's the process. And when I got to the nursing facility, it's so funny that I walked with God years before that. Y'all heard me. I told me, you scared me. But nursing facility was my transition from. That's what I say. It was my transition from milk to meat. It was because in a nursing facility, and I'm talking about you could pity yourself. Somebody had to brush my mouth. My jaw was wired. Somebody had to brush my mouth to brush my teeth with one of them sponge things. Somebody had to wipe my butt. They put bedpans under me. I'm talking about nothing. If I peed, somebody had to come wipe my cat. You hear me? Like the nursing home was when it all settled in for me that it's my life. I am handicapped. I'm handicapped. Listen, I realized like, oh my gosh, this is my life. Listen, my hand was, like I said, I couldn't use this hand. And one night, so many slept with me every. He went to sleep, and at night, and I hear him shut down, and I faint. And I said, God, I'm laid up here. I can't run or walk. Wow. My hand, he told me every night, crank it. Doctor said it ain't gonna move. You see this hand? I'm talking about every night. It hurt like hell. It hurt like hell. But I had to crank it because God said crank it, and I cranked it, and I worked it, and I worked it. One day I was crying because, the boys was gone. I couldn't be a parent to my daughter. I'm laying up here handicapped, guy, and I'm young. And I was crying. I was pitying myself. They could have read Joe then. I would have been like, curse the day, God. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would have came with Joe at that moment, I would have said, curse it.
Right. But look though, I need y'all to see the transition, right? I need y'all to really, really see the transition. At one point where her mind was, because her mind was on, this is what God has been saying to me. This is God's purpose. I'm not going to curse what God said was blessed. But then when she shifted her mind, then she was like, okay, curse the day that I died. You know what I'm saying? And all of that
Come on with the joke. That's how I was like, don't bring it.
Exactly. But what I want you guys to know, what I want our listeners, our watchers to know is this. Everything that you need, every feeling that you want to change, starts right here.
Right there.
What are you thinking about? What are you focused on? That's what I need you guys to see.
That's the truth.
Go ahead.
Well, and that's it. Because even in pitying myself, the only thing I had, I always tell people, if you don't got nothing to stand on, you falling in midair. And all I had was, trust God. He's smarter than me. I used to be in tears. Crying, because I'm hurt. I'm broken. Right. I used to be in tears, crying, saying, but God, I trust you.
Yes.
That's all I had. All I had was that. In my tears, in my hurt, in my pain. I would wake up in the middle of the night in so much pain. Not just body pain. I would wake up in the middle of the night with heart pain. Yes. And I would lay in my bed and I would say, but God, I trust you. Because I know you're smarter than me. And I know you know better than me. Listen, but God, that's all I had to stand on. God, listen, I trust you. Because you saved me in my bathtub. God, I trust you. Because you brought me through that last time. God, I trust you. Because you blessed me, because you prepared. God, I trust you. That's all I had. In the midst of pain, in the midst of brokenness, was I trust you.
Yes, yes.
That's it.
You gotta have
like,
something.
I trust you.
You gotta have, yes, girl.
Listen,
you know that resonated with me. I'm crying and trusting.
Is I trust you.
Crying and trusting.
Crying, trusting, hating the situation,
right,
trusting. You talking about hurting, trusting.
Yes.
Listen, not believing, but God, I trust. Listen,
right,
this part not believing, but God, I trust you. God,
yes.
and that's all I had was a God, I trust. Listen.
Right.
One day I woke up and I was, like I said, I was ready for Joe. Bring it on, you know. And I was crying. Listen, I was crying and I was hurting and I was saying, God, look at me, God, this, God, God, and God said, God. You know, because I'm thinking God about to be sweet. God, now I know you about to rock me, you know.
Yeah.
And God said, baby, kind of cool. Better be a good one. Right now, I'm hurt. Gotta be a question. This is time, you know.
Right.
And God asked me. He said, "You got peace?" I don't got no. He said, "You know what? You don't got peace now." I said, "What?" And you know, he said to me. He taught me. He said, "The Bible." That the peace of God that surpasses all understanding shall guard your heart and your mind against everything that come against you. So if you ain't have it, you don't got it now,
right?
Baby, you ain't had it. And I looked at God, I said, now the time,
right? Yeah.
And he said, so what?
Yeah.
Well, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Show me Jesus.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like I said, from milk
to
meat. I always hear people say, stuff don't happen overnight. Well, baby, I woke up and my life was different. I woke up, you hear me? I woke up and he wasn't chewing my food no more. He was shoving it down my throat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's when life began because I learned peace. I learned it in them times. In them times, I learned that. Like, I learned that when all hell breaking loose, you got to remember that. All things. Not just those things that I like, not just the things that I chose, not just the things that I desire, not just the stuff I expected you to, but all things. All of them. Every one of them. Work together. Am I good? Listen, when I say God, I mean, it was the most amazing my life. And sometimes when I talk about the accident, they like, you was handy, about to die, guts hanging out, not knowing if your life was ever going to be the same. You couldn't mother your daughter. You lost your brother. You lost your son at the same time. You telling me this was the best experience of your life? Hey, yes, it was. Wow. Yes, it was, because God musician. He transitioned. See, people always thought I had it. They like, oh, she talking to God, she walking with God, she got it. But God said, it's seemingly good. That's the thing that's seemingly right to man. But it ain't gonna do you no good unless it is right. And he transitioned me from milk. One day I was in a nursing home and I had a different nursing home. Listen, when I stood up, they thought it was a miracle. I was in a nursing home for months and God said, you can walk. God, he said, yep, you can walk. That's what he said. He told me just like that. He said, you can walk. I said, I can. He said, you can walk. I said, you know, they said, I can't stand up. Every night, he practice. Nighttime was me and God time. If something hurt, break it more. I said, God, Dad, you think that's right? So at nighttime, so at night, God would make me lift my pelvis and drop it back down. So now I'm supposed to be resting. I'm in all this pain. I'm talking about pain you cannot imagine. I'm in all this pain and now God want me working out. Lift your pelvis at night. Lift your pelvis at night. And he told me, you can walk. So I went to the hospital. I'm so silly. Everybody came and visited me, so I'm cracking on everybody, laughing. But I got this G-tube on myself. My mouth's still wired, but I'm having a party. So when everybody leave, I tell Tisha, I say, call 911. About to die. She say, what? She started laughing. She's like, girl, you cry. I said, no, call 911, baby. I'm about to die. Right. So she called 911. Sure enough, I was about to die. When I got to the hospital, they said my colon was infected. My intestines was infected. It was infected from the G-tube sitting in there. And they poured, all the stuff just straight into my stomach. So I had got an infection. So when I got there, that's when God finally, the doctor came in. Listen, that's just all in your head. First of all, if you think you can walk, that's because your body remember walking. But even if you could stand up, which you can't, and I don't want to get your hopes up, I'm just going to like it is. Even if you could stand up, because you've been laying in the bed so long, muscles are gone. I said, try me. He said, okay, this to just to appease you, okay, baby, because you should be depressed, so let's do something nice for you.
Right.
He went and got the therapy staff, and they brought in a walker. And when they brought in a walker, they wheelchaired me in the hallway first, so they didn't want to embarrass me. They wheelchaired me in the hallway, and they put my wheelchair in front of the walker, and I stood up, and I walked. It was the horriblest walking ever, but everybody's like, oh my God, they dropped to the floor, and I was thinking, this was whack. I was thinking, God, you done got me in front of you in the hallway for this, man. Come on, man. God, I thought you were doing miracles. Listen, and so while everybody crying and shouting, I'm like, and set me back down.
Oh my God. Oh man.
No, listen, that's the real truth. That's
right. Oh my goodness.
So, like, I'm embarrassed in the mud because God go really trick me and think I can walk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else are happy, like, oh, it's a miracle. Da, 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 da. And so the doctor, he was like, he still called me a miracle to this day. Every time he see me, the doctor, he was like, oh my goodness, we're going to need to rehabilitation because you can walk. And I'm like, I told you, I can walk. But it was whack, but hey, for real,
Right.
And so rehabilitation, it was a whole new journey. Listen, a whole new journey. When I got to rehabilitation, I had broke my toe, but I didn't know I broke my toe. My bone was like contorted from me doing that practicing that night. I guess I don't know, but my bone was contorted, and so when I went to rehabilitation, I had to wear shoes, learn how to walk. And when I say it was so painful, I tried to explain to them that it was painful. They kept telling me, "Oh no, that's normal." I'm just keep walking, trying to walk, and it hurt me this bad. And so one day, I just wanted to give up. Like, I just wanted to give up this day.
I need to say this because I appreciate you going. She's taking us right on this journey. 1 minute is like, yes, God, yes. You know what I'm saying? Another, she's just being so transparent about life, right? Mm-hmm. And I need everybody to understand there's going to be some days where you're not feeling like you're on top of the mountain. There's going to be some days where you just want to soak and want to be in that moment, right? Because her telling her story and what she's been through, she had every right to give up. She lost her brother, her son, and then she was handicapped. Every right. Some of us want to give up because we lose a job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, right? I mean, some of us want to give up because somebody broke up with us.
They couldn't find the outfit, though. They couldn't. Some people can't find the right outfit, and they running late and want to give up.
And they want to give up.
My day through. My whole day over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I thank you for going around in this circle, you know what I'm saying, and helping us see, like, the ups, the downs, right? The ins, the outs. But at the end of the day, I trust you, God.
I trust you.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day.
That's all I had. Listen, that's all I had. All I had. Paul talking to the Philippian church, he sent them a letter. Everything was going on. He said, be confident in this one thing, in this very thing, that he who began.
Come on.
Listen.
So you can't talk about God too much for me.
You hear me? That he who began,
right.
He is faithful.
Yes.
He's faithful to do it, to finish it. Listen, sometimes I would get so down, and I don't know if y'all played Mortal Kombat when y'all was little, but I played Mortal Kombat. And so, when they get to the end, they say, finish them. So when God told me, if I started a great work in you, I'm going to finish it. Sometimes I get so down and I want to give up, and I just say, finish her. That's all I had. That was my strength. God, finish her. You just say, okay. Okay.
Right, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's it. That's all I had was that one thing.
Yeah.
I see why Paul wrote it when he say this one thing, this very thing. If you ain't got nothing else.
Right.
And so nursing, so rehabilitation, here I come to. I'm in rehabilitation. I'm talking about they working me like a dog. I'm like, is they killers? They want me. Listen, I'm all in all this pain. Everything broke. Y'all know it's broke. Listen, God, you done messed me up with that one little stand up, step. Because now they working me. They got me up at 6 o'clock in the morning. They working my arms. I'm like, I'm still hurt, y'all. Listen, I ain't a dog. I am not a dog. Right. So they working me. They got me up. They got me down. Like I said, my toe broke. So I'm trying to tell them I'm in all this pain and my sciatic nerve. I mean, everything just going crazy. And then it hit me again one day. Somebody said, "Oh, you handicapped, baby. You through." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I never had insecurities my whole life. Like, I want y'all to know that. Like, I never had no insecurity. I never thought I was the bomb, but I never thought I was ugly. I just didn't even care. I was just walking life like, doo. I didn't even know. I ain't know. I ain't know. Right, you know what I mean? But